Bit of a bleed out on BTC. We're sitting at 107K, but is it still over? Is it going to bounce? What is the story? So guys, I suspect we are moving into quite a big bounce zone. And with that, we need to make sure we are tackling a lot of these altcoins. So we got some amazing altcoin setups for you. And we've also got some potential shorts that we need to be watching. So there's an absolute banger coming in hot here. Let's get right into it. Nice. And remember, as always, hit that like, hit the bell, and hit the subscribe. And remember, we do live trading now on a Saturday, and we can't tell you exactly when it is. So you need those notifications on. Make sure they are cooking. Look who I've got here. I brought in the Panda. Okay, he's head of the 𝗬𝗍𝗔𝗥𝗧 competition. Welcome, sir.
Howdy, howdy. How y'all doing?
Good. He's bringing some juice for us. Okay, so make sure you're liking the things because he's going to come. He's bringing some plays. He's got 3 setups for us, I believe. And then we've got James in the house as well. Obviously, Mr. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 is here and it's just falling into his lap. What's the latest? Bull or bear?
I mean, bear, same as yesterday, right? I knew something was off. Everyone was way too bullish. Twitter was being fucking stupid with alt-season shit. I was like, okay, yeah, we're going down. And sure enough, hours later, there happens to be some more news.
You cynical bastard. Can't you just let these things pump? Okay, well, guys, look, let's give James credit. He was absolutely right. He said it was too much good news. It was too good to be true. And fuck me, everything reversed exactly at the top. And guys, did anybody take a couple of head shorts? I completely pussied out on PopCat and that fart coin, but we nailed 𝗬𝗰 and we had that comp running relatively well. Let me know. Did you guys catch a couple of heads? Did you take some profits? I'm glad I closed that virtual long at resistance. So hopefully you guys did a little bit of that as well. And I was just saying to James, I missed my Sol TP by like $1. And I feel like an absolute moron now that I didn't close that thing. Okay, so here we go. Here's Banter Bubbles at the moment, nice and red. And Alt's moving into some very interesting zones for us. And we're going to tackle some of these because we've had 1 hour and 2 hour reversals on some of them, but we haven't had the 4 hour yet. So are we going to get our little double dip? Are we going to get a bed shitting incident, as Chaos likes to call it? And are we going to get the solid 4 hour reversal entry? So everything's nice and red, but that is where we shine. These are the days that we love grabbing some of these entries. So here is BTC, and this is what I dropped into Hackers earlier today. This was my setup and my planning for today. And you guys would know these levels are the same levels that I gave you guys yesterday on the show, and we might have been covering them already 2 days ago. So we are finally here, and this is the moment. And the reason this is an important area for me is this entire box that you see me drawing on the screen right here is confluence with major daily support. We do not want to lose this level. We cannot lose this level. Well, if we are bulls. If you are bears, well, fuck, send it to hell. But right now, in terms of bulls and in terms of what I'm looking for here, this is a major daily zone. And if we really dial in for the degens, and I'm talking for the leverage traders, we want to be obviously a little bit more precise. And in terms of reaction and bounce zones, you can see 106,700. This was zone number 1. This is our 382 VWAP horizontal trend. Bang. Okay, straight into the zone. You can see immediately we get the reaction. Then we can see on our 2 hour, we've got our reversal print. Then a little bit lower down, guys, 105,500 is going to be the next banger that you want to pay attention to. So these are my possible long zones here. I've already grabbed some of my long orders on that first level. And this is your backup zone, 105.5. But really, it is this simple. Is there going to be a bounce on the market? If there is, we need the bulls to step in now. 105,500. I don't want to see lower than that. These alts are going to get absolutely rinsed. Now, there's a little bit of news going on out there at the moment that could cause a little bit of problems for us. And as you guys know, if you're tracking my live trade at the moment that is sitting on Banter Plus at the moment, remember on Banter Plus, there's my full-on live trade that you can track now. You can watch it and you can see me go to zero. There it is, okay? And I'm streaming my trading account here while we are talking. So if you want to watch me go to zero at your leisure, you can watch it now on Banter Plus. I'm running that thing until I get basically until I get licky there. Okay, so we'll have to see how that plays out. So you can keep your eyes on that. But there is a lot of news floating around. Let's just tee up our final levels here for BTC. We don't want to lose that 105.5. If we start falling over. Obviously, we're going to deal with levels lower down. 104.200, this region down to 103.800 does make sense for a potential bounce, but we're going to be feeling a little bit bearish by the time we get there. Okay, so those are the main ones to the downside you want to be paying attention to. Then in terms of the upside level, now this first bounce, I'm not expecting fireworks just yet because we've got a little bit of work to do. You can see I've got quite a nice undercarriage just floating around at this region over here, the 108.300, and we know automatically, if you've been watching the show long enough, these are typical reaction zones or rejection zones, and I love this little undercarriage here. So that is going to be our first danger zone, 108, call it 108.400. That looks like trouble to me. And then if we break through that, we're looking at the 110s again, and then we're talking 112 and things like that. Okay, so right now, focus on these to the downside. You've got two levels to the upside, and I think this should tide you over on BTC into tomorrow. This should give you some tools, and at least by tomorrow, if we've hit that really low level on BTC, then we're going to know that we need to start shifting bearish, and we need to start planning a little bit differently. Hello, Lindsay is in the house. Okay, so guys, let's get into the news. Let's see what is actually going on, and obviously we're going to start with some lickies here and see what the story is. $320 million. James, not happy, eh? So, hey, James is not happy with that. He's not proud. 320, guys, it's rookie numbers. We need some more action out there at the moment. And this is exactly how it feels. Okay, all-time high expectations. We really thought that we'd be so euphoric and screaming and hitting the bullhorn. I mean, we literally a couple of thousand away from all-time high. And this is really what's going down. And I think it's the alts that are absolutely ruining the party for us at the moment. And there's a massive difference between BTC at 110 and BTC going down at 109. I mean, we're even lower now. Okay, I'm really feeling like this dude over here. Okay, it's a big story. But this is the problem. So we had all of this bullish news yesterday and everything was nice. And then the war stuff started coming out. So Israel considering military action against the Iran in the coming days. Okay, so there's a little bit of action going on there. And then in terms of oil, well, what happens? Every time oil falls below $70, according to Income Shock, somehow there's a conflict in the Middle East. What a coincidence. Hey, does someone need more freedom? Okay, so here we go. Oil's dropped down and looking for a little bounce at the moment. And Finance a Lot says, what if this is a massive bull flag in oil due to the war with the Iran? Okay, so looking for a possible oil pump. Let's take a look at the chart, and we can see they made a massive recovery. And normally this is what happens when you start losing major weekly levels. You need to find yourself a war. You need to pump this shit back. Okay, we need to get it back to the mean. So you can even threaten a bit of war just to bring that up a little bit and get the money flowing again, and then you can relook at it. But right now you can see oil is simply retesting a bearish zone. This is a bearish retest. This is major resistance, and it's our 200-day MA. So what typically could happen in a situation like that, you get a nice little pop up, and then you revisit the old range, and then they come back down, and they come and they absolutely end you. Okay, so that is a possibility for me at the moment on oil, and you will probably find, okay, it will reverse on de-escalation of the current situation, and it will probably conveniently de-escalate at a typical resistance zone. So this is US oil. I'm tracking anybody watching this. So 200-day MA is a big move here, 68.4. If we pop through that, you're probably going to reject around 672, 73, unless they're firing rockets. And then you're going to get a little pump out of it. But the minute it subsides, you're going to get that nice rejection. So just one warning bell for oil. The bears, you can see this is turning bullish now, and that thing is starting to push a little bit higher. So there could be a sustained move to the upside, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a monster move. It could be a little rangy situation. You can see in this region over here, we had a reversal to the upside and was just kind of a rangy oil situation. Okay, oil, be happy if we pump. Is Chaos making more jokes? Because we were talking about dupe today, and I was actually planning a dupe trade for you guys, and it was a team effort between myself and Chaos. And he said, don't worry, I'll dupe into that trade with you. And then there were crickets, because I think he was the only one laughing at his joke there. And now he's saying he's going to oil. What did he say here, James? He's going to oil what? What was that? What was his joke? Chaos. You didn't hit me again there, bro. Oil, be happy if we pump. I believe he's joking. I don't know. Okay. Okay, let's go. So what does this mean for your coins? Okay, if Iran shuts the Strait of Hormuz, oil to 150 plus BTC 50% dump. Okay, that is obviously a danger zone for us. That is obviously something interesting. If they don't shut this straight, okay, what happens? BTC dips 5%, and the question is, did you buy the dip? Okay, Chaos, that oil joke was slick. Fucking hell. No, you guys are shocking. Okay, you guys are all shocking at the moment. Okay, so, guys, again, this is a risk you need to take. You need to make these calls. All I can do is show you. We've had some bearish war news, okay, on top of all the good stuff that's happening at the moment. We've now dropped into a major daily support zone down to 105.5. It's your call. Are you a bull or are you a bear? Are you trusting this or not? So I can show you what I've done, and I can give you my planning. And obviously, guys, you pushing your buttons and you making the calls. Okay, so in terms of some other news, we had PPI, and Panda was trading that PPI situation in hackers earlier today as well. And US PPI rises 2.6%, but lower than expectations. So that's relatively good news. Okay, James, do you concur with that?
I do. Also, the unemployment numbers were higher than expected, which shows a weakening labor market, which is good for rate cuts. So we got about a 2-second pump, and then we start dumping right again because US open.
Because why would Jerome Powell even cut rates? I mean,
Right.
Why?
That'd be stupid.
Why? Okay, so what do we call him? Slow Jerome. What does he call him?
Too slow Powell, isn't that what he calls him? Too late Powell. Too late Powell.
Wow. Okay. So, guys, anyway, there's so much good news out there at the moment. And President Trump says the China trade deal is great. I mean, I don't even know why I'm showing this tweet, but it's just great. Okay, it's just fucking great. Okay. And Rob says he's waiting now. I'm waiting now. News sucks. Yeah, look, guys, you got to make your decisions on these hard areas. And these big zones are typically where we get the reversals or, where shit happens. So, always exciting when we move into these zones. Let's cover a couple of stocks. So I've got a new stock setup for you guys. Look at this one at the bottom here, LLY. We're going to be talking about that one in a sec. Now, remember, Banter Bubbles, you can see stocks and crypto. So it's a nice thing if you guys want to track. So in terms of the S&P on the daily, no changes to what I'm looking at here. You can see there's our resistance. 6-1 is I'm looking for that rejection and that eventual sell-off. So no changes there. Then let's talk some Nvidia and Nvidia Monster Insider Trading Alert. Look at this, $194 million worth of Nvidia shares have been offloaded. Okay, so that's interesting. And I mean, you can't blame the guys. I don't know why people get upset. Like, these guys who own the shares, they invested in and they want to make money. Like, let the guy sell after a pump. We can't get upset with them, but it is something we need to pay attention to. So in terms of Nvidia, look at the upside, 150 to 152. I think we're going to have a crack at a short there. Okay, so we're going to print our bearish divergence again, and we're probably going to print a reversal there. So you're going to get spider webs, and things are going to start looking very interesting. I think we just need to be patient here. Okay, and maybe I jumped the gun too early on Microsoft because we didn't get our spider webs, and we just never got it. But I think on Nvidia here, let's be patient. Let's wait for the 150s. Let's see if we can get some kind of reversal and then jump into it, because if it falls over, you're probably going to find the S&P dumping as well. There's going to be so much bearish sentiment here, and there's possibly a 15 to 20% coming on Nvidia. Okay, so we're just waiting for that little pop, so just be patient. It's on its way. And then this is Lilly. Okay, LLY is the ticker. It's a pharma medicine play. And Chaos actually brought this to my attention the other day, and I started looking at the chart, thinking, well, maybe there's something going on here, because you can trade this thing on BTCC. So I originally wasn't interested in it until I saw that it's one of the stocks available. So it is a possibility now, and this is what I've dropped for the daily candle today. So every Thursday, remember, the hackers team sets up their charts for the daily candle. That is a free publication for you guys that goes straight into your email inbox. You just register for it, you get free alpha coming literally to your inbox. You got 5 trade setups from us today, and one of them was this LLY looking for a potential move. So I've had a nice look at this thing, and in terms of the weekly chart, what I want to show you, the first thing I picked up when I jumped into this was quite some nice bullish divergence. Look at this, double bullish divergence printing on the weekly. That is a nice start for us there. So there is potentially some upside moves coming. And how do you structure these types of things? Well, typically you can watch this by saying to yourself, let's get through different areas. First area is the 50-day moving average, which we've now broken through. The next challenge is going to be the 200-day moving average, which we are looking to break through. So my strategy here is obviously I don't want to buy this massive green candle. I want to buy any dip that they give us back into this 50-day MA region. So I'm looking for an entry here from 800 down to say 780, somewhere in this region. If we can grab some kind of entry here, then I think we're going to get a move. Once we break that 200-day MA, we're going to add to that position, and then we're going to look for that final stretch into like 950, 960, something like that. So I would set my alarm here. Anyone trading this on BTCC, set your alarm, and let's wait and see. Let's see if we get a dip. Let's see if we get some war news. Maybe we get our entry, and then we can go long on this guy, and hopefully we're going to hit 940 to 960 on this one. Okay, so looking good on the weekly, looking good breaking the 50. When we break the 200, I think we're going to get a little bit more fun out of that moon phase. Possibly, bro. Moon phase says we're going down. Yeah, very possibly. Let's see what this news is going to say. We know that we can react on our major levels, and that is what we're going to do. We're going to use these areas to our advantage, and we're going to make decisions on them. Okay. Scotty says, down we go. Are we falling over while I'm talking, James? Oh, James is nodding frantically. Okay. Okay, let's go. Okay, so BTCC, this Microsoft, fuck, I'm out of this Microsoft now. Now I'm laughing because like James is nodding here, and this market's going to fucking fall over. Look at this thing. Okay, so anyway, bullish on US credit card debt still, Visa. I'm long there, waiting for that to play out, and now we're going to sit patiently looking for a short on Microsoft still. Let's just let it settle, looking for that Nvidia possible short as well. So that I think is going to be around the corner. Now a little bit of bullish news in the crypto front is US Senate advances Genius Act to regulate stable coins. What's the latest here? Are we good, James? What's the latest with this this Genius Act?
Yeah, cloture passed there. They've got a bunch of procedural votes that are coming here. The proper vote that actually passes this thing is going to be next week. And they're assuming it's going to pass.
Okay, so we're not there, but we're almost there.
Next week.
Yeah. Okay, and then the total stablecoin market cap hit an all-time high, 250 billion, okay? Up 55%. Okay, that's a good sign. Okay,
and
guys are getting
out, Bull posting on this. He was in an interview yesterday saying that he thinks that the stablecoin market is going to hit 2 or 3 trillion, and it's going to save the US dollar and save America and blah blah blah.
Yeah, I actually saw that. Look, it's good, I suppose. Overall, it's got to be bullish for crypto. I don't know if it's going to be bullish for like Fartcoin or whatever, but maybe. You never know. Okay, so Dupe says Bitcoin has been quietly exiting Binance. Okay, so this was yesterday talking about this one. Since the 6th of June, 7,000 BTC have been pulled out of Binance. Okay, so that's normally a sign. Remember, if you've got tons of BTC and ETH and whatever sitting on the exchanges, you're typically doing that because you want to off-ramp, you want to sell. And if they're taking it off, that means maybe they're done with a little bit of the sell pressure. But obviously, a war is going to change all of that stuff, okay? And Sammy's telling us bull moon. Let's actually see. Where's our latest moon phases here? Let's see. Here we go. It's starting. Okay, so the last gray moon we had, we went up. Let's take a look here. The next one, we were flat for a while. Then the previous one, we went up. The next one, we got rinsed. And the previous one, we went up. Okay, so a mixed bag here in terms of the moon
I think
phases.
it's 70% accuracy on the moon readings there. That bull moons 70% of the time are accurate that we go up. So fingers crossed that maybe this war news can turn around. Maybe Trump's got a magic tweet for later this afternoon that fixes things.
Guys, you never know. Okay, you never know. You never know. Okay, so but all we can do is react on the good zones, and this was the plan. The plan was always if we blow through our previous resistance, and we're going to test it as support, and we're going to look for buys. Okay, so now we are moving into our support zone, and this is where we look for buys. This was the plan, and let's stick through the plan. Okay, sometimes remember the good news comes, the bad news comes, and it always happens on support or resistance and all these things, and we operate on those zones. And sometimes we're going to get it wrong, but the times we get it right, we make sure we capitalize and we maximize whatever we get out of the situation. So you can see in terms of the daily on BTC, that's 107 to 106, a big daily level. Looking for it to hold, maybe a little wick down, but overall, I want to see this thing close above 106, 107, and then we should be okay. Okay, so, and Chris says tomorrow's Friday the 13th. He's literally trying to send us to hell at the moment. Okay, so guys, you've got the picture on BTC. In terms of what I'm doing here on BTC, let me show you. Okay, so here it is. There's my BTC, and I've had multiple orders all day sitting here waiting to get picked up. And 2 of them have picked up so far. So I'm still holding the Bitcoin short from where's my short? 110,050. I'm still short $122,000. No reason whatsoever to close that. In fact, any pumps we get out of the market, we can add to that until proven wrong. So letting that play out. Now, in terms of BTC, I've got 2 orders picked up already. So I'm now $69,000 long, and I've got orders waiting at 106,270. 105,600, and I've got one more big dog at 105K. So if we start losing that, well, then it's licky's time. Okay, then it's proper rinse time there, and I'm relying on that final little capitulation dip and to get me a 4-hour reset. Obviously, guys, could be absolutely wrong and get absolutely rinsed. Okay, so that is the plan there. Then in terms of the other stuff going down here, I've got the com short running. That's finally paying off a little bit. I did add a little bit to that short this morning. The ETH long, obviously dancing around a bit now at the moment. Hype has been absolutely beautiful. That's showing a lot of strength at the moment. Sui short from yesterday's show, nice hedge play. That is playing out nicely. Sol, fucking around a little bit irritating. And this Peppy, wow, this Peppy must have just hit now a limit order because I didn't buy that. So this must be an old order I've just hit. We're going to have to look at this thing. And then Pengu is from the entry I gave you guys yesterday. And it looks like I've picked up 2 orders already on Pengu. Okay, so now shit's getting real. Okay, you can see I've got another Pengu order waiting a little bit lower down at 103. And shit is definitely getting real now. We need to start bouncing pretty soon. Okay, so let's get into the altcoins and let's start talking about alts and just see exactly where we are. So just where we are on Lickies, you can see upside 108 easy zone for the market makers, 109.5 easy zone for the market makers. And guys, don't be shaken out. Look at this, 105,800. Look at that juicy little zone there, 105,800. What if they come down? They put you under pressure in that area. Just look for that bounce there. Okay, you can see I've got those orders there, looking for a bounce in that zone. Okay, now let's talk dominance, and this is a rough one. Okay, this is not what we want to see, but in terms of nailing simple TA here, on BTC dominance. This is such a beautiful chart to use. Those of you watching the show yesterday, what did I say? I said this is a possible bounce zone for dominance. This is alt danger. That was the basis of me closing that virtual trade. That was the basis of me looking for a couple of shorts as a backup in case we got a bounce out of this thing. And look at the simple TA, massive bounce on this thing. And that is where the rinsage started with some of these altcoins. So now this is the problem. Okay, here's our alt bounce zone. So this is our typical rejection zone. Now, if we don't reject here, this is where the alts potentially get rinsed. If we don't get that soon, we've got a free ride up on dominance here. And if that involves flat BTC or falling over BTC, get your undies ready, okay? Get multiple pairs because these alts are going to give up all the gains that you saw them taking over the last 3 or 4 days, okay? All that pumpage is going to get rinsed out, and then your next relief zone is going to be at 64.5%, okay? That is what you want to see. So rejection at 64.5, that will save you. Alternatively, it needs to reject here. This is the zone right now, okay? Prepare your undies. Panda, how's your undies, bro? Are you feeling okay?
I've changed them about a couple of times, but
okay, twice.
Settling in.
Okay, nice. I'm on my second pair this morning, and we're going to see how we go through. Later on. I'm excited to see Panda's setups here, guys. We're going to talk about it in a second. John's figured it out. He's trading with diapers on. That's a clever man. Okay, very clever man. He says it depends though. Okay, we're gonna get Panda on now. Okay, guys, remember when the market's falling over, this is good shit. This is what we want. We reversal traders. Okay, remember that. We like a nice reversal. That's what makes us happy. Now let's take a look at the RSI heat map, and wow, that's a fucking quick change of events. This thing has gone down pretty quickly, and we can take a look now. So anything moving into the oversold, I'm scared to look at my trades. So anything moving into the oversold regions over here, you can see these are now the possible big movers to the upside. So AGT have no idea what that is. That looks absolutely rinsed. Epic have no idea. Skya actually have no idea. So stay away from those for now. And we're going to wait for some of the more normal ones to start dropping in the zone. Here comes grass. And I know Panda is talking about grass as a possibility here for us as well. There's a couple of interesting ones. So we're getting close to a possible reversal on the 4-hour. And remember, a 4-hour reversal is quite a pleasant thing. You can sometimes get 5, 10, 15% out of some of these alts on a typical 4-hour reversal. So some of these 4 hours are the best ones to wait for. Okay, so 1 hour, 2 hour, it's fun for scalping, but the 4-hour is where the real money starts coming. Now, I just love this. Oh my God, Ether's going to pump so hard. Okay, Grandpa, let's get you back to bed. And I'm feeling like I might have to go back to bed because ETH is fucking reversing and it's upsetting me. So ETH overtakes BTC in trading volume in the futures market. So that is nice. The guys are jumping in, as we know. And this is us right now. This is the big test for ETH. And just like we've seen with BTC moving into a major daily zone, we've got basically the carbon copy on ETH moving into a major daily zone. They need to bounce together or it's going to be Licky's time for me. It's as simple as that. And James is nodding again frantically in the back there. He concurs. So let's take a look and let's see. So I've got some buy orders waiting for ETH over here because I'm backing this zone. So 2,700 down to 2,650. I've got a couple of buy orders waiting on ETH, and you can actually see it on the live trade that is sitting there running for you guys at the moment on Banter Plus. There are the orders. Okay, they are waiting. They are waiting in anticipation for some buys. 2690, 2656, waiting for that dip. I've been waiting the whole day for that move into that zone. Obviously, waiting, relying on this one to hold for us. This is what we want to see. We want to see this dip here, bang, somewhere around this VWAP trend, 200-day, and then a nice push to the upside. Hopefully, by then, we're going to have a nice, clear 2-hour reversal as well. So we're looking for something along those lines, ideally. And then backup zone, guys, for ETH. You've got 2,570. It's not going to be fun. I mean, it's not going to be fun. I'll be shouting at the dog or something later on if it starts going down that low. It's not going to be a fun afternoon or evening. And alt season failed for the 50th time. 𝗙𝗆𝗆𝗆. Bro, I'm telling you, there's no such thing as alt season. We get like alt days and we maximize and we enjoy it. And then we just laugh and we say, we told you there's no alt season when it falls over again. Okay, just come. We rinse and repeat all the time here. And yes, Matty Pendle, bro, good one. I've got that chart for you guys. It's coming in. Okay, so there we go, guys. There's the plan on ETH. Let's see if we can get that bounce. Let's see if we can keep this trade moving. Okay, we'll see if we can keep it going. Right, now let's go into Sol. And this is absolute shitcoinery of the highest order at the moment. Literally missed that TP, I don't know, $1, James. I was waiting for another $1. What was I thinking? Like, why wait for another $1? So ETH rips into 168.36. Okay, and where was I? I think 169 or whatever. Anyway, missed the TP, guys. And now I've got full-on loser complex while it drops all the way back down. Okay, so in terms of the big levels for Sol, well, we can see what's going on. Here's your big zone. That's 152.6. This is your major level that you're going to be watching. Let's dial in. Okay, let's see what's going down. And in terms of earlier today, I've added to Sol in the slot. Okay, we're in the zone right now. We're reacting in the area, and that is where we were looking for a bounce. So now we got a bounce. Okay, and it looks like they're going to reverse us. We got about a 2.1%. I mean, it's not even worth getting out of bed for that. And now we've got a reaction in this area. So typically what we want to see now is a 2-hour reversal. So let's just see where we are on the lower time frame. And let's just pick up what they're giving us at the moment. Let's see. Okay, so we got a divergence print on the 1. That's pretty good. And you can see we're going to print a higher low here again. So we're going to get the divergence spider web. So I don't think it's over just yet. And in terms of the 2-hour, well, we got to be patient. We want to see this reversal print on the 2. So right now, anybody who wants to long Sol, this is your zone. Okay, this is the bull zone. You can see this risk band here. In fact, the risk now for you is about 1.3% in this region. And then obviously you want to look at some of your other zones. But we know if we start losing a rising trend, typically things start turning a little bit ugly. And then your next bounce effectively is a bearish bounce. So we really want this to hold because we want to feel bullish and we want this thing to actually print a new high to the upside. But if we start losing this, it becomes this situation. So we drop down, we probably bounce here, 151 to 150, and that actually ties in quite nicely over there. Okay, so that ties in with that level. So we probably bounce there, then we do this journey again, and then we catch that short. Okay, so then we start turning bearish, and then we know we're going to be in some kind of downtrend. So right now, we've been enjoying it. We've been in an uptrend for 5 days or 6 days. And now if we lose that trend, we start the downtrend. And then we start that bearish process where things are slow, things are quiet for a while until we get the next uptrend, and then we start going again to the upside. So just be patient. This is the nature of the game. If it doesn't work out and loses the trend, hope is not lost. 150 to 151. Look for the bounce. Chart hackers will give you the short when we need to on the next bounce up, and we'll play the game all day long. Okay. And Rob says little drop maybe still. Okay. So, here we go. Okay. So this was the teamwork or the team effort combo with Chaos. This is 𝗵𝗆, and he basically said to me this morning, after we went through this 𝗵𝗆, he said there needs to be one more bed shitting incident on 𝗵𝗆, and I think this is it at the moment. So you can see 𝗵𝗆 has just lost its major horizontal there, bang, and now we've got a little stop hunt to the downside. And the question was that the bed shitting incident? Chaos, are you here? How are we looking? Let us know, please, Chaos, if he's still here. Okay, but in terms of 𝗵𝗆, guys, there's an entry zone for you, and that is from 44 down to say 425. Looks like a really nice area here for us, and that should give us a nice reset as well on the 4 hour. Look at that. That 4 hour RSI is coming down, and we're just waiting for this thing to start dipping here and then looking for that type of reversal. So we're getting close. And in terms of where can that 4 hour reverse, well, the first zone is going to be a 3.5% risk. So that is everything from this 44 down to say 435. And then if it does drop any further, 405 is probably going to be your next big reaction zone. Okay, so always have two plans. And Cole, I told you, bro, I closed that 𝗵𝗆. Okay, it was ugly at the top there. Look at that. 50-day MA, undercarriage. Look at that. And yeah, but don't worry. I'm busy round tripping Sol. You know, it happens to all of us, bro. Don't stress. Okay, so 𝗵𝗆, possible bounce right here, as you can see. And anywhere into that zone, guys. That is the plan. Remember, all these charts that you see go straight into Chart Hackers directly after the show. So if you're a Chart Hackers member, you have access to all the show charts. You also obviously have access to the whole team and everything that they are getting up to over there as well. John Till, hello, sir. Welcome. Okay, let's go. Let's talk Pendle. I see Matty's obviously nailed Pendle, and it's actually hit one of our levels. It was an absolute banger, this Pendle. So TVL is up more than 50x in 2 years. 35% in 30 days. Wow. Okay. James is like half nodding there in the back. It's actually great viewing, watching James nodding or not nodding in the back. It's always good. It's always good. It's always good entertainment.
I like Pendle. I actually have some of this in the spot. I'm stuck.
I like this thing. I've always been a Pendle fan. Okay, it's nice. It's nice, guys. And if you take a look at what's going on, now this is a nice combo of DeFi and RWA, this Pendle situation. And the 200-day MA, look at that, delivering once again. So it doesn't mean it's the bottom of Pendle and now we go to the moon. But in terms of simple trading with something with good fundamentals behind it and the right narrative, like if you start buying the 200-day, look at this. Every time you buy this 200-day, you're getting a move, and you can buy this thing until it fails. At some point, it's going to fail, and then you're going to sell it into the 200-day later on. But right now, Pendle, guys, it looks decent. So your main support, 3.87 is what you're going to use, and your upside, again, you don't want to get too greedy. You can see your upside is 4.3 and your upside is 4.54. And effectively, if you candle close under the 200-day MA, you're most likely going to hell. So 3.84 is pretty much your exit. Shares move when exit. There you go. Close under 3.84 on Pendle is probably, you know, they're sending you down. Okay, so watch that one. I think this thing is fundamentally a player, and I don't know when it takes off properly, because you can see I've traded this thing a few times. But remember, part of the plan when we looked at this quite a few weeks back, okay, I think we looked at it down here in February. Okay, part of the plan was Pendle likes this big range, so why wouldn't it just make its way back up there before they send us back to hell? So that is still on the table for me, that big move. It just, do you have the patience to sit in this to 6.6, 6.5, those types of questions. Okay, so there's Pendle. Now, guys, just a very urgent reminder, those of you that want to do the accelerator course, everybody who finishes the accelerator course is going to get a bit funded. Now, let me just show you what they're actually going to give you. So the accelerator course is all about my TA that you see on the show. It's all about the hot zones, and it's all about how I put it all together in a nice package to help me make decisions on these areas. And I use these indicators as well, and I teach you all about them and how to use it. Then I also teach you some basics of leverage trading. So within 10 days, you're going to be trading leverage with me, and you're going to be in some of my workshops and things like that. And Crypto School has partnered with Bitfunded. They're sponsoring the first challenge for the first 1,500 users who complete any Crypto School course. Okay, free Bitfunded account worth $15,000, okay, for the first 500, then a $10,000 and a $5,000 account. Remember, Bitfunded is prop funded, so they give you a demo account. You need to make 8% phase 1, then you make 5% phase 2. After that, they give you real money to trade with. Okay, and then it becomes yours, and you keep 80 to 90% of the profit. And a lot of my team are going through the Bitfunded challenges. I wanted everybody in my team, in hackers and everywhere, to have passed the Bitfunded challenge at least once, so that they can accommodate and help you guys when you come into Chart Hackers. We'll have multiple strategies for you guys to show you exactly how they passed the Bitfunded challenge, and they're going to help you do that. And we've actually just opened a Bitfunded channel in Chart Hackers, and it's going to be focused on that. And we've assigned Kimmy, who can't stop passing Bitfunded. We've actually called her Kim Funded, and she actually can't fucking stop passing these things. So she is heading that up for us, and she's going to look after you guys in there. There's Kimmy. Look, wow, shouting wow. Wow, Kimmy. Well, good luck. Okay, and everyone on the team is getting a little bit of initiative going in Chart Hackers, and this man is doing the GGen WeX trading competition, and I think it's time to bring him on, and I think it's time to see what he's up to. And are we longing or are we shorting, bro?
Yes, sir. We're kind of longing, actually.
Well, what are we longing? Must I bring your charter? There's a dog behind you, bro.
Yeah, she's longing too, man.
Is she bullish? Okay, she's bullish on grass.
She's very bullish.
Okay, what do you want? What I'm bringing up your chart. Okay, you got your Pornhub off. Okay, oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Let's go.
Yep. No, I was actually going to say, I was texting in the group that I think this is time sensitive on AI16Z. First of all, any setup that I'm dropping right now, I'm treating like a scalp. I'm not looking into shorting anything because, like you're saying, we're getting reversals on the 1 and the 2, the 4 and the 8 hours, still looking for kind of a reset. So I don't see major short at the moment. But AI16Z is very interesting because we were doing a stage earlier and we're looking at all these alts, and they look like they want to sweep last week's lows. And AI16Z is one of the first few that I've seen that actually swept, and it looks like it's deviating at the moment and put in a wick, and I think we're grinding up from here. So I dropped this earlier, and we took this long on the stage. And it's funny enough that you talk about these candle closes and stuff for the stop losses, because it's almost exactly to the dollar where it just wicked us down, and we opened at 18 cents. And it looks like we're grinding upwards here. The last 4-hour close, we just got a print just now. So that's kind of positive. Again, I'm trading anything as a dead cat bounce. We swept the lows. I added more now. And my stop loss will be under this wick, because losing this is another 12% to the 786, which kind of makes sense in the conditions that we're in. But I'm hoping, like you were saying, at least a bounce later to kind of, reject on these rising trends. So it's a nice 18%. Now, right now, dude. Right now, we're in already.
Okay, so is this AI16Z? Okay, yep. AI16Z. Okay. And my stop is going to be under that wick.
Yep, I would put a 2-hour close under 1784.
Okay. Okay, loading that in. Okay. Okay, 1784, somewhere under there. Okay, cool. I put in a hard stop for now at 71771, guys. That's a hard stop, but I obviously want to watch that thing. Okay, let's see if we get a little bounce there out of that. Okay, what else have we got, sir? What else is cooking?
We got grass. Also this, we're building it. We slowly are nibbling on this. We're sitting on a bullish block. We've been sitting on a bullish block the entire day. Again, printed reversals on the 2-hour and the 4-hour. We entered already now. I added a little bit on the previous dip, and I'm still gonna remain in this long. That's also for that's for the WeX. Just a quick scalp. We got a rising trend. If the market turns We also swept last week's lows, or actually just tapped them, which is very good because you'll see a lot of alts that are still 5-6% away from last week's lows liquidity. So it looks like it's holding up. I just want to push and claim the daily open, and from there we kind of unlock the monthly open and the weekly open levels, which is the 50 MA, and that could be a nice 10%er again before we get a strong rejection on the 50s or whatever tokens are hitting the 100 and the 200 MAs. So that also we took on stage. I added just a little bit, so I'm still long and strong on this one.
Okay, I'm going to take a small one here on grass as well. Now, I'm not taking it on my 𝗿𝗥𝗃 just yet because I'm trying to finish the 𝗏𝗏𝗃 bot challenge at the moment, and I'm just waiting to find out when our 𝗏𝗏𝗃 bot challenge ends. Okay, so I'm going to be getting involved in that 𝗿𝗏𝗃. Let me just show the guys quickly what this is. Did you give us your stop and everything on grass? Did you tell us?
Everything's on the chart. Yeah, so stop loss is a 4-hour close under 1.668.
Okay, there you go, guys. Now let me just show you. What's going on. Okay, so yeah, I've just longed a little bit of grass as well, and I'm going to use momentum. So if this thing keeps going, I'm just going to keep adding to that. Remember, you can follow these trades. Now I'm running them live until this thing lickies me, basically, on Banter Plus. So you can watch that one as well. Now, in terms of what Panda is talking about, this is our 𝗿𝗏𝗃 comp, and this is Panda's initiative, running it for the degens and chart hackers. He likes a bit of degen shit, and he's the perfect candidate for it. Okay, so he's heading that one up at the moment, and all you need to do is be on my show link or be on my hackers link for you guys, and then you can enter the comp. Okay, it's as simple as that, and there's prizes for you guys from at the moment it's 900, 700, 500, 300, 100. That will go up as you guys are trading and the volume increases in the competition. That will go up, but you only need $100 to enter the competition and start trading. Okay, so get cracking here. And there's somebody here called King, I think, and I know McLovin. I've met McLovin, and he's coming second. He's in hackers. And King, I don't know who this man is. You must put your name on so we can give you a shout out here. He's coming first at the moment. Okay, so he's lined up there to win it. Is it you, Panda? K-I-N. Who's K-I-N? Do we know?
Maybe not. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, we need to find this man. We need to find this man. And if you're not in hackers and you win this competition, fucking hell, guys, you're coming into hackers for free. You're going to come and hang out with us, okay? Now, here's my 𝗿𝗏𝗃 account. So I'm letting it sit now. I'm 40% up, and it was a $5,000 account. It's now $7,030. So I'm just waiting to hear from 𝗏𝗏𝗃 to see where his bots are. Are the bots rinsed? Are they up? Are they down? I don't know. I'm waiting. Can 𝗏𝗏𝗃 let me know, please, what's going on and when does the competition end? I know Run was doing it as well. Sheldon, Kyle, and Fefe. Come on, boys. Let me know. Are we done with the challenge? Are we over? I'm 40% up. And yeah, let me know if we need to cut it or I need to take one more trade in this comp. Okay, Panda, what's cooking there for you? What else is in the ship?
I mean, dominance is dropping, and like I said, I'm scalping. I got 𝗏. I actually got a couple more. In terms of things that are ready, let me just pull up this 𝗏.
Give us a short that you like. Give us a short setup we can look for just now.
Sure, I don't think you're gonna like it. I'm looking into hype, but I need some time on it to short. I'm not happy shorting anything right at this very moment. I would want to wait on major resistance levels. So right now, I'm just trying to get anything for the 𝗿𝗏𝗃, any 6, 7, 8, 10% moves. That's how we talked about it. That's how we're gonna keep it in terms of just in and out, in and out, in and out.
Yeah.
Market is way too choppy. Speaking of choppy, we got 𝗏. Also, we took this long as well. Again, with the 4-hour closes, man, you really can't make this shit up where they just whip you down. Anyways, 𝗏, we're long. It's been holding this VWAP and 0.5 fib. Sorry, bounce of 382, and just want to scalp it. It was a very nice tight stop loss, 2%. So it made sense to kind of take it going into the PPI and US Open. We're kind of just hovering over it now, and it looks like it's recovering from this dip. So we're long on this. We entered around 0.93. Stop loss is a 4-hour close under 0.914. So that's valid for now. One that is upcoming, the last one that I have, is Sonic, believe it or not. And you know how much I hate trading this shit coin, but a chart is a chart, right? A bunch of reversals on the 2-hour. The 4-hour looks like it's about to print as well, sitting on an interesting level. You got your previous week lows, and it dumps pretty hard, but Sonic does respect levels. We lost this rising trend, so we kind of have a bunch of chop and fuckery up until we reach these 50 MA. So we have a lot of room to play with. And if we lose this level, we are going into, you know, bear market territory lows at this point. So this kind of do or die. For Sonic, we got about 3% bleeding into this entry. So I have limit orders set, and the hard stop loss for now. If it gets hit, I'll monitor it. But this could be also something to look at in terms of if we pull back a little bit more. If you enter now, consider laddering in, because technically it is valid, but you're looking at a 5 to 6% stop loss. And the way you can do it is you can break your entries into 30% of your position here, you know, another 30% here, and 60% remainder of your position, basically right at your stop loss. So that will average out your 6% stop loss to something around 4-ish, which is worth the risk to reward here, given how much room we have here to play. So other than that, I'm keeping this as a stop, as a limit order. And yeah.
There you go. Okay, so guys, there's a couple of setups courtesy of the Panda for you guys, and he's one of our degens there in Chart Hackers. Okay, so thanks for that, bro. And funny enough, it actually looks like Bonk. I'm sitting in Bonk. I'm going to show you guys a couple more charts. I'm going to show you a couple of things that I'm involved in here at the moment. So here is Bonk, and I took a little scalpy on Bonk a little bit earlier today, and very similar to WIF. It's got a very similar feel and scent to it at the moment. And in terms of downside risk, you can see we could be heading a little bit lower here on Bonk. There could be another 3% possible downside here, but it was looking too good on this possible reversal a little bit earlier. And now you can see we're going to print some divergence as well. So we're probably going to get a higher low on the oscillator. We'll print double divergence, and that was really going to be nice if we dip into that zone over there on Bonk. Okay, so Bonk and WIF looking very cute, looking very similar, and I'm having a go at this Bonk at the moment on Blowfin. I've got Kaito. Kaito stopped me out above entry, and then it picked up an old limit order when the market fell over earlier or yesterday, and now we're sitting in that zone. And then AIXBT was the entry that I gave you guys yesterday on that chart. So let's talk AIXBT as well, and let's cover this thing here. Where's this thing? Every now and again I hear a voice in my ears. Am I the only one hearing a voice in my ears, James?
That's me telling you it was a beautiful entry.
Oh, it's Panda. Okay, here's AIXBT, guys. I gave you guys this one yesterday. I've been clipping profits now out of this one, and I got it up to about $18,000 in size. And now, obviously, with the reversal, I've been clipping a little bit out of this thing. So I'm not sure what the next plan is other than wanting to see this hold a higher low. So if you got this entry from yesterday, it was a squeaky bum time. But look at this. Look how reliable that 618 is. Look at that absolute perfection. No close under that 618. Look at how those candles held up there for us. And now we are in control of this trade. So all we want to see now typically is a higher low, and that can take us down to 18. I'm very happy if we drop down to 18. We can use that as an adding opportunity and then send that higher. And this is now relevant to new traders as well. If you're looking for an AIXBT trade and you're not in it yet, look for any moves into 181 down to 180. Look for that. That's your higher low. You're looking for a bounce there, and then hopefully send that one a little bit higher. So looking for that to play out, but a nice little entry. Hopefully some of you guys got those. And Olivia is basically farting, and she's literally farting in the chat at the moment. Let's see what else. Have we covered Pengu? No. Okay, we've got to cover this Pengu. So there's news on Pengu, guys. This is the story. We're happy to announce that we will be partnering with NASCAR to bring Pengu to NASCAR. What the hell is that? Okay, so James, do you know anything about this? What are they doing in NASCAR? But anyway, that could be a little bit bullish for Pengu, and that's why we've been talking about it for the last couple of days. So in terms of Pengu now, we've had our second dip, and my second entry has now picked up on this thing. So I'm locked and loaded in this Pengu trade. Let's see if we're going to get our reversal. This is going to be the same as all the other alts here, looking for that reversal play. If they don't reverse us, we're going back to hell. And I've written here for you guys, bulls must step in here or the market is going to turn super bearish. We don't want to see this thing stick around down here too long, because because then we're turning bearish again, and we're looking at those types of situations, and we're going to be in one of those downtrends for another week or 3 while we let it all play out and get frustrated, and then we're going to be waiting for this big move. Okay, so Pengu traders, if you're interested, I let it in slowly, and my exit plan is 0.0101 is what I'm watching. 0.0101 is my exit plan. If we close under there, I'm bailing out of this trade. But right now, for now, it is in the bounce zone. Okay, so Pengu is okay. And upside targets, guys, don't get too aggressive. Go 111 and go 117. Don't get too aggressive on this one. Okay, now Panda's talking about shorting hype, and that actually gives me goosebumps on the back of my neck. I'm a little bit scared of shorting this hype. It's so aggressive at the moment. But our trade that I gave you guys a few days ago, it's absolutely cooking, and it's getting front run so hard. It's not even hitting levels to add on. I had limit orders waiting down here today, and I have limit orders waiting down here, and we just didn't hit it, and off she goes again. So hype is, yeah, it's one of those things where you got to kind of wrangle and wait and wait and wait for that entry, and then when you get it, you got to hold on to it and you got to respect it. And that's why I'm not in a rush to exit this hype. And I'm just letting it play out for me. Obviously, I'd like it to go to this full TP here, 51, 52, somewhere around there would make sense. And then maybe a short, Panda. Please don't short me yet, bro. I just want to go a little bit long still. Please, let it go up. Let it go up. Okay, so Pengu, you got. What is this one? Oh, Fartcoin. Guys, this is the news. So Fartcoin got listed on Coinbase yesterday, and that is obviously now a pretty solid news for it. Coinbase will add support for Fartcoin. So, I mean, we're not listed yet, James. They're just adding support. Is that correct? Okay, James says he doesn't know in international sign language. It's this. Okay, so he says he doesn't know. Okay, so we'll see. So $2.4 million worth of Sol, okay, bought some Fartcoin. So the whales are obviously coming back. And Maruk, if you are watching this, well done to you for shorting that thing. I completely pussied out when we pumped into those highs yesterday. And I know Maruk, she's one of our members in Hackers. She caught that short, and I think she started printing all the way back down. So well done, whoever caught that. And guys, this is a typical fake out through that range. Look at that, straight to the 786. Massive rejection on that news. And remember the rules: news-based pumps, guys. News-based pumps, you can generally sell them in good zones. So well done to whoever caught that Fartcoin short. Now we're waiting. Okay, now I want to see the reversal, and let's see when we get our 2-hour reversal. Then we can start having conversations about some longs on Fartcoin. So it's around the corner. Hackers, I suspect we're going to get it by tomorrow, and it's most likely going to be down here. And we can actually set alarms at the moment, and we can preset where we think it's going to be. But that's probably going to be the area, and it's going to be a laddering in situation. So we're going to start with a low leverage, and we're going to ladder in slowly into this zone. Okay, and it's going to be something like this. There. Okay, so it's going to be something along these lines. We're going to look for this drop into the 50, and we're going to look for some consolidation in that area, and then some kind of breakout play on the spot. So for me, 1.2 down to... it might wick lower, but 1.2 down to 1.1. Okay, we're going to play in that zone. We're going to play in that area. Let's let it come to us, and then we start planning. I'll have it on the show for you guys tomorrow. Luke Warburton loves Brett. I think he's maybe the biggest bag holder of Brett in the world, because all he wants to do is ask about Brett. But Luke, I've got you, bro. Let's see where we are, and let's just make sure we get out with the right chart here. Let's see. Yeah, this is it. Bullish zones. Bullish reaction zones, yeah, look for bounces, okay? Rinsed, look at that, tiny bounce there, tiny bounce there. So Brett is clearly under a bit of pressure, and what we can see here at the moment is that's actually turning bearish for us. So this is like the first warning sign that things are turning a little bit ugly for us in the market, and we might be involved in some kind of downtrend. Now you can see immediately what I'm looking at here. Look at that, there's your left shoulder, there's your head, and we might get that drop now, and then things turn bearish for us. Bang, look at that. We're going to reject the trend and the undercarriage, and then they're going to send us back down. So, Luke, that's pretty much what we're looking at the moment. And let's see if this is on a 618 right now. Bang. Okay, there you go. So yeah, this is your possible bounce zone, Luke. This guy right here. Okay, if it's going to bounce, look for that little wick lower. But you can see this Brett is now teeing up a little bit bearish. Okay, so don't get, we might not go back to the moon here. This might be a situation where we get a bounce. We might have to TP a little bit there along the way. Okay, so Brett, guys, 503 down to 49. Okay, 503 down to 49. Watch that area. Okay, there you go. You've probably got some order blocks here too. Bang. Okay, there you go. So you got nice support there on Brett in that zone if you want to play this region. Obviously, guys, ladder in. Okay, we don't know what the next war news is going to be. And there might be about a 10% coming on this Brett. Okay, so just ladder in slowly. Don't ape hard. Don't go hard. Okay, keep calm. Okay, so guys, you get the picture. Possible little bounce here. 4 hour, still a little bit more bearish, probably some more downside on the 4 hour. Doesn't mean we can't get a 2 hour bounce, print some higher lows while the 4 hour resets. There's a lot of combinations here, but we just got to keep our eyes on that 4 hour oscillator. 2 hours almost reversing. 1 hour looks good. And yeah, just be safe out there and don't overdo it. Okay, slow down on the leverage and margin. Panda, final words for everybody there.
Everything is a scalp until proven otherwise. Everything is a 5, 6, 9% move. Take your money and run until we're not going to catch swing entries right now, basically.
Correct. Agree. Okay. Well, there you go. That makes sense. Another lesson. Take profits, take profits, take profit. Like me yesterday. Missold by $1. Now I feel like a proper loser complex, bro. James, thank you, sir. You guys
good luck, everyone.
When I make big mistakes like this. Okay, boys, see you later. Okay, guys, be safe. See you tomorrow. Oh, DJ and Dave tonight. He's on his own. Okay, support him tonight. He's doing a show at 12 o'clock my time. I couldn't even tell you what that is in EST, but it's in about 5.5 hours from now. He's going to be alone. Okay, so support him in the chats. Okay, he doesn't have me to hold his hand now. It's big boy time. And he's going to be nailing those swing entries for you later on. Okay, see you guys later.
Juicy.